Hello, Ghosties. This is Pheno, and today we're back with another episode of Duelyst. It is the official 2-hour episode of Duelyst here on the channel. It's got its own thumbnail, it's got its own series, it's got its own number counter, so you know it's official. So we're going to be playing that today, and we're just going to be kicking out, playing 2 hours of Duelyst and having a good time. We're going to take a look at our quests. Abyssian, which is actually pretty cool. You guys... primarily Rep have given me some nice tips and edits to our deck that we played earlier this week. So I pulled a Phantasm out, it's gone, and I added in 2 Shadow Reflections, and I also added in 2 Spectral Blades. I'm still missing a couple of the very important cards to the end. I'm still missing a Spectral Revenant, and I'm still missing a Desolator. I'm 1800 spirit short. I just don't have the spirit. I'm currently sitting at 155 spirit, and that's because I had to also craft one of the cards that I was just referring to, a Spectral Blade. I had to craft one just to get 2. So we're a little light on dust as of recording this, but we're going to keep playing, and hopefully I can get decent at Gauntlet in the Gauntlet series, which is pretty good. If you missed it this week, we don't do very well, spoiler alert, but feel free to check that out. But Monday's episode, we rocked out the Cassiva, not Cassinova, wow. We rocked out the Cassiva aggro deck and had a lot of fun with it. And you guys seem to actually really enjoy watching the deck as well. So we're going to play it again today. And this is not a bad opening hand, all in all. I'm going to cut Void Pulse because it's a little early to have Void Pulse, honestly. So we're going to drink coffee, and we're going to have a good time tonight. Or today. I suppose it could be today. Phantasm. Oh, he said hello. He noticed me. All right. So, in this situation, we're going to walk forward. We are going to do this. We are then going to... We already technically messed up the turn. So we might as well just continue messing up the turn. We should have done the whip... Well, I guess we couldn't have done the whip first because it costs 2. So I do think that was the best option. We buffed a card in his hand. It's not the end of the world. And we're going into turn 4 with the Desolator so we can get right up on his face. Earlier in the week, I played the deck maybe a little more timidly than I should have. But we're going to go all out aggressive. And I do want to once again thank Reptilio so much for the fantastic deck. This is a lot of fun. And if you have any other fun little decks that you'd like to see me play for any faction, feel free to put it down there. Not only Rep, anybody who's got some fun decks they'd love to see me give a shot here on the channel. I tend to be fairly awful at making my own decks, and the creativity that you guys show every single day is fantastic. Roar! Not as aggressive as I probably should have played the Desolator. But being able to snag the mana from him, I think, was the better option there. Especially going into next turn. We're giving ourselves quite a few pretty good options here. He obviously has nothing he can play, just based off of the way he's operating. Not having anything to really play, I think, would be the only real reason to do that. I think we could... If he doesn't play another minion, Blazehound next turn, because he won't get the card draw out of it. That's fine. That is more than fine. All right, all right, all right, all right. Sitting on 5 mana. Rar. Rar. I think that works. We have turn 6. We have 5 damage. We've also continuously got the Desolator. So one of the things that was pointed out to me is that I really need to trust in the deck. I need to really make sure that I'm trusting it and giving it a solid chance at just making sure, trusting that the deck is basically going to carry me through. All right. So he's also got Desolator, which is kind of a bummer. Get healed. So I think we're both playing very similar decks. So it's really just going to be all about seeing what we can do. It's gonna bring out Desolator again, I assume. Yep. So he's getting me pretty low. We don't quite have lethal yet. We don't need... I don't think we need 2 kitties. Let's replace the Blaze Hound right now. Alright, so that gives us some cool options. So we have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have lethal in our hand. Let's go like this. Run kitty over here. Punch. Oh, we need 9. That's fine. We still have lethal. Do this. We don't have lethal. I messed up that entire turn. Ugh! Pheno, why your brain don't work? It's an awful way to start off the evening. I don't know why I thought I could do it. I thought I had enough to do it. I think I double counted my attack. Yeah, I think that's what it was I double counted my attack personally. And sometimes that's just how it goes. So you can't win them all. But I did just get a fun new comment. So I'm going to be right back. Alright, so I put together Abyssinian 6, which is basically the Aggro rep deck too. While I was recording this, I got a comment. Again, I know it's a couple days, but it's what I gotta do. And Rep, you upgraded your deck due to the lack of cards that I currently have. Hence the EMP. And I rebuilt that and built it almost to exactly what your request was. So, should be good. It's got all the cards listed. There's a couple I had to substitute Shadow Reflection in, but I think it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. So let's do it. I'm excited. I love the aggro deck. I love Mechazar too. I think that's pretty slick. I'm gonna replace this. I don't think it was really the best choice, but it's going to allow us to start putting Desolator out every turn if we really want to. That needs to die very quickly and very painfully. He lucked out big time with the placement of that. Because now it's in my way. And that is a bummer. Because Furiosa has to go. She's got to die. The downside is, I guess, if we drop the Blaze Hound here, and then we punch that, run our general forward, kill this, and then creep her. Get it? And then end our turn. That gets us really close. And we deterred her enough to make sure that we can take full advantage. Sarlacc the Eternal. Interesting. I think that card is really cool. I think it has some really unique potential. I have one. I might have a couple. Okay. Seems like a lot to just deal 4 damage. I'm not gonna lie, but not my problem how he wants to do it. Then we're gonna put him here. Do that. We're gonna replace EMP. Start with the aggressive nature. I feel like she's playing the wrong deck to really take full potential. Being able to utilize the kill a minion for a 4/4, I think, is a much better synergy with this. Those Abyssian players, we all apparently really love Desolator. I definitely need a third Desolator, and I definitely need a third Revenant. For obvious reasons. I find it very interesting. That's big damage. That's like really big damage. And that gives us lethal next turn. Which is wonderful for us, because we can hit him for 6. So that's wonderful. That's fine. Waste your mana on that. Waste your attack on that. It's wonderful. Just don't heal yourself. That's all I'm looking for. And give me 2 spots to drop a minion. That's all I care. That's all I care about. That's the part that might be a struggle here. But we'll make it happen. I feel it's only right that we give the well played before we Ooh, interesting. Complicates it a little bit. Because I need 1 damage. We have 2 turns to get to this. I can't reach her. So I guess we kind of buggered up the whole turn here by playing that there. I guess we go with this. All right. As long as she stays within some form of range. I would have loved to have top decked a Kitty. Kitty would have won us the game. I have to be really careful counting in this deck. Smart plays. Also a smart play. Shit. Well, there's Kitty. So Kitty plus Warlock equals win. But I need to kill this. And we have enough mana, so let's go here. We're going to take 2 damage. We are going to drop Kitty, attack, and then drop the Warlock for lethal. And win the game. I knew I needed Kitty. Making sure that we played Kitty. Making sure that we got Kitty. Kitties are, they're the victory. They are the victory card. I have come to respect the Kitty cards. They are fantastic. Hello, Piercing. If you're watching this, hi. All right. She just looks so, she's like one of the most terrifying of the generals, but she looks like her face is like one of the happiest, which is really funny. She's just generally badass. She just has that look. All right, we're on the good side for some possible fun. Going up against 800 wins. DMAC 321. We've played DMAC a couple times. Shivers. I don't know if we've... I'm not sure what our track record is with DMAC, though. That's the question, is what is the track record with DMAC? Boom! I'm not going to replace anything. I'm kind of okay with the hand. One minion becomes a 5/5. It can no longer attack generals. That's fine. Other than the fact she's going to be able to farm up some nice mana with that. She came right to me, though, which is kind of nice. So I can drop Frostbone, which I think is the best play here. And then let's replace the Blaze Hound. I maybe should have kept the Blaze Hound just to get the extra card draw. I'm not a huge fan of Blazehound as a card for card draw. I understand the card because it's a heavy hitter for a very low cost and it gives you card draw. But the fact that it gives the other player card draw is probably one of the reasons why. Frostbone has become one of my favorite cards, I think. It's legit powerful. I mean, Spectral Revenant is crazy. If you even get a game that goes that far. Last turn we won on at 7 mana. We did make a slight mistake. We have Fae. So we have, obviously... That's a problem that I'm not fully sure if I can deal with. Got 2 turns, so we can see if I'm able to deal with it. She didn't take advantage of that. She's... Can't move diagonal anymore. Interesting. Dealing with the build card, this is a powerful card. It's an incredible threat, especially if I can't take it down. The good news is I should be able to remove it next turn. But I might not have to. We might actually be in a point right now where we're going to be able to hit 9, 11 points of damage, plus Desolator would give us lethal. Yeah, that's lethal. Wonderful. Great. That's fantastic. Kicking butt. Great. This deck is awesome. It is. It's legitimately fun to play. Both iterations of it. It is just a fantastic, fun deck. And it makes, I think, because it's such a, I want to call it a technical deck, where, as I showed in the first game, if you miscount, you lose. That's, you don't add correctly, utilizing basic math. Oh. We are on the same level here, only he's playing a class he's a little bit more familiar with, obviously. You know what I have to say to that? Meh. That's what I have to say. All right. I saw no need to replace. It's a pretty solid starting hand. If I was to replace anything, it probably would have been Blazehound. That guaranteed 6 damage out of the Blade Void Talon is pretty good. It's a good opener. Props to him. It was good. I'm going to say my opener is probably better. But I've taken more damage, so that could be debated. The Warlock's a pretty good card. It's like some sort of, like, Fey Rush deck? What's going on here? I mean, I'm intrigued. Can he actually take that out? Holy shit, he did it! Wow. Color me impressed. That's pretty good. It's actually quite good. We didn't get any minions out, which gives him a good advantage on the board. It is. It's a fairly aggressive little a Fey deck. It's interesting. Really interesting. This is cool. I'm legitimately impressed at the deck. Primarily because he's playing my game better than me. So we got a... I think it's quite unlikely we can come back from that. I've never seen a Fey deck so aggressive. That's really, like, considering that Fey is one of my favorite decks, to see such an aggressive playstyle of Fey. There's even the kitty. I'm legitimately, like, that is awesome. It's gonna leave me with 2 health. That is cool. Like... He killed me! He freaking killed me! Wow! That is awesome! I can't even be angry. I got beat up my own game. That is legit. I've never seen such an aggressive Fey deck. That is awesome. There's no way to be angry at that. She just walked in here and she slapped me silly. She had the better hand, and she made sure to play it correctly. That was awesome. Like, props. Fig Jam. Isn't the stuff, like, inside of a Fig Newton, like, technically jam to begin with? Like, isn't that... I don't really... It's not a bad starting hand either. It's actually pretty close to what we just got our asses kicked with, so if we can make it work. I'm not going to replace anything. I'll replace the Spectral Revenant next turn. I was worried that by only having 2 Spectral Revenants in the deck, that it could potentially cause issues. So far, it seems to be doing pretty well, considering we've never even... I think we got to play it once on Monday. Like, not a lot of play time. Kujata! Frog! You lucky dude. Alright, well, that's a whole lot of ass right there. I mean, it's more so for him because I think this is, like, probably the best play we could have had there. Let's replace the Revenant. That was easily the best play we could have gotten there. And now we have a Mechazar in our deck as well. So he's playing a lot of little dude. He's playing like a form of a, I guess I would call it a Zerg deck. Killed a couple of my cards, which is kind of rude, but fine, I suppose. When it dies, deal 3 damage to all enemies around it. So, let's go up. Let's do this. And then, let's do this. It dies this turn, so let's do this. Hit that. Punch. And pretty content with what we've got going on here. So we're getting close to lethal. We might even have lethal. We have 2, 3, 4, 7 plus Kitty. So we're getting there. Damage is damage. That puts us in a pretty solid spot for lethal next turn. This gives us really good lethal next turn. It doesn't matter. It was a good play. But we don't need to be able to get particularly close to him to win right now. All we needed was 6 mana. He didn't heal up. We get the game. Games go really quick with this deck. Like, win or lose, games are really quick with this deck. Hop back on in. We'll do 1 or 2 more with this deck, and then we'll switch on over to a different deck and play that for probably the remainder of the episode. Don't need 2 kitties. it's so tempting. I'm gonna dump the blade. I knew I'd regret dumping the blade as soon as I dumped the blade, because at least the blade would have given us something to play. Now if we play anything, we're gonna lose the effect. I guess we can whip something over here, which is also not an awful option. I gotta get a minion down, and then let's whip him over here. Had to get something down. I think having 3 Desolators is way more important in this deck than having the 3 Spectral Revenants. I definitely would think that I'd want to craft up a Revenant next. He's gonna take out the Primus Fist. That's fine. I'm not really concerned. We do have the Naga as well, which could be quite good. So Operation Kill That as fast as freaking possible begins now. If these things ramp up, it just leads to a bunch of bull. Hopefully this works. Frack on a freaking cracker. I was really worried that's how that was going to go down. The way that certain cards proc in the game. Can be quite annoying. There's certain ways that cards proc that, like, even though they both took the damage simultaneously, he still survived. Maybe I should have punched him first, and then he would have died, because his health would have hit 0. Either way, he's at a huge advantage right now. Doesn't matter what, he gets incredible value now out of his Death Watcher. And Furiosa's just also powerful. Bastard, look at him go! Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, that's what I would do. Makes the most sense. The power he's already acquired is quite terrifying. Because I have to be incredibly careful about how I do everything now. Oh, I don't have... Yeah, that's game. Well played. He got everything he needed. I can't... It's another one of those games where I think the more you progress, it starts to really come down to there are certain decks that are tuned specifically to deal with certain other decks. I don't know if Abyssian, like, minion deck is really what should be countering my aggro deck, but it's the 2 times we've gone against it, it's caused problems. A lot of Abyssian wins. Zane Cardo. I kind of like having both of those, honestly. I'm gonna drop the Primus Fist. See what we can make happen. He came right back, anyway. He's got the cooler general. I definitely like this general's art. I gotta score me that art. Oh, what is he doing? What are you doing? Are we against a creep deck? That's what it feels like. Feels like we're going up against a creep deck. Because he's already got 3 creep out. I don't know if it's called creep. What's it actually called? Yeah, it is called creep. Interesting. I don't know why, but I wanted to call it crawl. Yuck. Ooh, playing a very similar tuned deck to mine. Interesting. Oh, I guess that was probably wrong. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have traded, then done that, because it would have gotten rid of his artifact. Sister. Well, he still let me kill the artifact. That's fine. Alright, let's replace him. Get rid of both of those. We've got Mechazar sitting in our hand, which is really cool. Yep, there it is. He was able to get a lot of creep out really quick. That was clever. That was less clever. I guess I'm pretty trapped. Probably not what I wanted. Definitely not what I wanted. Yeah, because he's just going to ignore it. If he does ignore it and he can't kill me, though... Oh, you bastard! Beat me at my own game. Again. Well played. This cool take on the deck. I don't know how good that deck would actually be in pure... I mean, obviously he just crushed me. But I don't know how well... It seems like Abyssian is really the counter. I guess is really what I want to say is Abyssian counters this deck the best from what I can tell. We've won against every other opponent. Don't need that on turn 1. We don't need 2 of them on turn 1. We're definitely on the wrong side here. Which is a bit of a bummer. Because we gotta get a minion down. Otherwise, we just start out at a disadvantage across the board for the entire game. That is one thing that I noticed about this deck is... I don't know how many 2-drop... We don't have a lot of 2-drops. I feel like I'm finding myself unable to play a card on turn 1 fairly frequently. Damn heal decks. We already know what we're up against. He forgot to hit the end turn button. Maybe he's not done. He's still got full mana. Thinking about the best possible way. Really? Carried mana out of his turn. That could be devastating. To hit for that kind of damage this early. I'm not sure what that was. What was that? You can't silence a building, can you? Yeah, this ability cannot be silenced. So that really did nothing. Alright, so we have 4 mana. So let's put our general here. Drop the Desolator. Punch this. Do that. Punch that. Punch him. End turn. Which will most likely lead her to turn around and go back to her hallowed ground. It's a good play. All right. So the Naga could be cool. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to whip this all the way over there. Buffer General. Continue staying as aggressive as possible, because that, you know, is how the deck is supposed to be played. It's a good artifact. That gives us 8 damage on turn 7. So we took a lot of damage there. But we have lethal. 3. That's turn 7, though. We don't currently have lethal. Or damage. I may have played it too aggressively, but I've got to trust my deck. All he has to do is give us an exit point to get Kitty out. And he did, so... Whew! Had to trust. I had to trust in the cards, so... And it worked out. Worked out indeed. So, we're gonna go pick a different deck. And we're going to play that for probably the next hour or so, but I'm going to go grab a sweater, and then we will resume and start cranking out with the new deck. Thank you all very much. All right, so we are going to pick something new to play, I suppose, in the ladder. I have a lot of fun with the Rep Vet deck, but we played it last Friday. We actually played most of our decks last Friday. I'd love to see the Mech Lionar deck work a little bit again. But I think I need to make a new deck. I'm feeling the Magmar. I'm feeling the Magmar, the rep deck. The original rep deck. Well, I guess it's not technically the original rep deck, because Reptilio, you've been out there helping me out for a while now, so thank you. Let's do this. All right. Alpha Pie. That's a thing. Alpha Pie. Alpha Pie's got a bit of wins under her belt. His belt. Whatever sex or gender a pie is. Of the alpha variety. We're going to dump those two. It's not ideal. Not an ideal starting hand. We probably could have cut one of the Sunsteels as well instead. But we'll see. We'll see what we can make happen here. We shall see. Let's replace one of the Sunsteels. That's pretty good. That is really good. The next card you play this turn costs 2 less. Yeah. Do I play it now? I feel like it's a really good turn 1 play. I gotta do it. It is such a good turn 1 play. We got another one. Too bad we're missing our other golem. Or, yeah, our other defender. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the video, please feel free to give it a like. It helps out a great deal. And leave a comment down below if you guys enjoyed the Abyssian deck that I played today. Or if you just want to say hi, feel free to say hi down there. All right. You need to go. Destroy any minion with the lowest attack. But he kind of already burnt the value out of that card. So we can run him forward. We can snag this, which messes up the play that I was gonna go for. Gives us some good options here. He's obviously playing a spell deck. There's not a single doubt in my mind that he's not running some form of spell deck. And he's going to remove the Sunsteel. Pretty well. I'm impressed. Well done. We are cooking in gold now. Everything he did right there was flawless. There was no flaws. How do I want to do this? I feel like we take advantage of the fact that we can play him. Grab the value out of him. Most likely going to take him out anyway, so we might as well see some value come out of it. And it puts us in a good position that we can remove any minion that he does successfully get on the board. I was bobbing to the music. I missed what he played. Put a cells board. All right. Yeah, so he did exactly what we were expecting. So let's just ping this, replace that, buff our general, and then continue the punching to the face. Whoop. Next turn we have the War Beast, who's just gonna come out and just decimate. So he's got Kitty. Kitty! No! It's always the kitties. They come out of nowhere for the damage. I love kitties. I guess we can kill him with this too. Whoop! Down he goes. We haven't moved a lot in gold tonight. You're a Drake. You're a Drake. Okay. What do we got? Not really a lot of good cards. I mean, we have some. Oh, he's a well-tuned guy. Like, we don't need that right now. I don't really know which one of these two is the better drop. I would say if I had a golem, it'd be the golem. But where we don't, I think it's him. And then we can drop the golem next turn. And then roll right on into the lava slasher. That's fine. Removing that quickly is going to be the key. Next turn, we can go right into the Lava Slasher, as long as the Golem sticks around. He's definitely running a Grow deck. I've played against a couple, I don't want to call them successful Grow decks. They were definitely successful because of my lack of skill and my lack of preparation for a Grow deck. I feel like the reason why Grow decks work is because nobody expects anybody to play a Grow deck. So... Isn't this the best mug? I love this mug. 100%. Adore it. He's determined to make that card work. Might as well grab. I guess I buggered that right up. We could have done that much more elegantly. And I'm wishing I had. I regret the way that I did that. I should have just run the Golem Meteorologist into it and let him die, and then dropped like a heal card and powered up. I think that would have been a better option. That's 2 of those removed, though, and I feel like he's focusing on keeping it alive so that he can synergize off of these and give his guys grow and all that fun stuff. We've been able to control it, even though we didn't control it perfectly last turn. I think we are. I mean, he backed up. I mean, we're doing something right. Yeah, he's hiding the egg. He is determined. What was that? If you have an egg, draw 2 cards. That's a pretty nifty little card, especially for this deck. Silencing that. Not really sure it was the greatest play. Get healed. Do I just want a natural selection, this stupid thing? I kind of want to. Because it's unlikely at the current point that we're at that we are going to require it for anything. Got another Lava Slasher. He's going to try to snag the mana. Be my guess. He's definitely on the run, which is great for us. The fact that he's scurrying away. I like that. Makes me rather happy. There's the final one. He did nothing with it. Whoop. We're whittling them down nicely. We have more removal. We have a lot. I think we're pretty good. He's got to drop something fairly powerful, I think, in order to survive. That's pretty good. Alrighty. We have 5 damage. So we'll do this. This. To buff him up. Drop him. Drop him. And then kill the egg. Punch the general. End the turn. This is another deck that I, like, legitimately love playing. It's just, it's such a fantastic deck. Like, I can't help but like it. It's just, it's fun. It's legitimately fun. And it gets us out of gold 10, which is very nice. Nice. Let's just pop back right on in. Because why not? Rally modified. I would love to hit Diamond. I don't think we'll do it this month. We might not even do it next month. But I do think that we are well on our way to potentially getting there as a player. I think a lot of the more basic things are finally we finally are controlling them. Granted, for those of you tuning into the first episode of this, it's like, finally, what's up? There's an entire series of like 80 something episodes. Feel free to go check those out. They're great. You can see the progression of some of my recording here on the channel and just watch the way that things have changed and evolved here on the channel throughout that period of time. We really don't need any of that. Just get up out of here. That's going to set him back. It immediately puts him at a disadvantage. Losing that, it's just gone value from the card. He saw 0 benefit. Magmar is just such an incredibly powerful and cool faction. Although Vitruvian's pretty powerful as well. So So as long as we can make sure, we need to make sure that we're keeping all of our minions near our general. It will help with Lost in the Desert, which is a card that I can make sure to play around now. Blood of Air also is, you know, that's also a thing. I'm surprised he did Blood of Air on that and not this, just because this is going to be far harder for him to control and deal with, I would think. I could be wrong on that. I really don't want to lose out on the value of playing this, even though I can't get its benefit right now. I feel like we are a scary enough force that he's not going to be able to deal with it. He could Lost in the Desert it again, but if I can get him to burn his entire turn on that, we have another guaranteed 7 damage, so I'm not super concerned about that. And if he plays a minion next turn, we'll Lava Slash it to death. And that was good, but we baited him into that rather than something else, which is good. So we are going to move our general down here. We're going to drop. Let's remove him. Drop the golem here to fight this, which will kill that. And move the Sunsteel down. Still 2 damage. Mixed in with a shield. We have a golem, so we can drop this next turn for some heal. Potentially replace the healing mystic. Yeah, I would love to know, for those of you who are veterans of the series here on the channel and saw this week reset and start over with 3 separate Duelyst series, I'd love to know your thoughts on the progression of the series since the earlier episodes. That's really interesting to me to know what you guys think of how it's changed as time has gone on. It's just a cool... Wow, he just, like, completely neutered my card. Let's replace this guy. We'll corner him completely. We're in a really good spot. Got the Lost in the Desert, so that he can, or Blood of Air, sorry. Well played. Well played. It was great. It was great. Wonderful. Look at that. 4 wins in a row. We get a bonus chevron. Solid. Solid, solid stuff. All right. Do it. Let's see what we can make happen. Yeah, for those of you who've been here for a long time here on the channel, you guys have seen You've seen 2 evolutions of thumbnails. This would be the 3rd evolution of thumbnails. Just the changes. As time goes on, you've got to continue changing and mixing things up. It was a lot of fun. I really liked making the new thumbnails with my wife. It was a blast. Hope you guys liked them. I'm assuming that's a Jinja. Yeah, let's do that. I'd like to keep the Lava Slasher. He's got a lot of wins under his belt there. 500 with Magmar, so anything could be happening. I gotta get myself a custom icon. I feel like people like see me pop up and they're like, scrub, he doesn't even have a cool icon. And I'm like, but guys. Alrighty. Yeah, you get that mana. You get that mana. Golem Mineral. Ooh, are we playing against another Golem deck? Question mark? Bastard. Bastardo. Let's replace this dude right now. We will also yeah, take that. Let's have some fun. I feel like if like somebody says good luck and have fun, you're like instinctively going to also say it. But if neither player ever says it, it's just never something that pops into your head. It's not like you notice that guy never said good luck and have some fun. He also just blasted me in the face with fire. Blaze Hound. So maybe he's not running a Golem deck. I'm actually intrigued now to kind of know what he's doing. I can tell you that him dropping 2 of those just changed what I had intended. And I'm currently not a huge fan of what we've got in our hand. That doesn't really help. Cool that. Just knowing that we can restore some health. Drop him. It's not the greatest turn ever done here on the channel, but I feel like he has a distinct advantage right now. Not only with board control, but the fact that he's been able to snag all of the mana and ramp up very nicely. I think he just realized that he left this alive and he doesn't like it. Anything could still happen. So these guys are really nice fodder for making sure that I can't use Homeostatic Rebuke. It's clever. This thing is a problem. I mean, I guess we could still use the card to get rid of those. But at the same time, maybe that's not the right decision. Let's come up here. Probably not the most elegant way of handling that. Primarily because we did leave a lot of damage on the board. Ooh, that sucks. That's really rough. Primarily because if he has another War Beast, we're just done. I mean, we have 1 health. Oh, man. 1 health. Homeostatic must. It's all minions. My hand is full. No! Curse you! I can't be mad. I'm going to stick with my motto of you can't win them all. Someday, I'm going to have a shirt that says you can't win them all. That's the plan. I want a shirt that says you can't win them all. Come on now. So this will be the last match. We'll do one more. We can see if we can pull another win with Magmar. See what we can make happen. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. Leave a comment. It's another routine. People have been yelling it at you on YouTube for the past 10 years. Look at that. We've been playing so long that they're like, psh, you don't need any more competition. We're gonna let you just do things. We're just gonna let you just gonna do things. Aha! Lucifer Hex! Let's do this. Let's do it, Mr. Hex. Let's do this. Abyssian. We haven't had a lot of luck against Abyssians tonight. This could be the game that changes it all. He doesn't have 100 wins, but neither do we. I'd love to get 100 wins with each faction. I need to, like, bite the bullet and play with some Songhai, and just my current Songhai deck is just not competitive at all in the current tier. So I just can't really play it right now, which is a bummer because it's fun. Just it's not. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Really, what it comes down to. Although I haven't tried it in a while. It's like, it's a portal deck. You blink around. I like it. I like that concept there. It's cool. More blood tears. They're nice because they make it harder for me to trade. Because now if I run that forward, and he knows that. He knows what he's up to. Little mana thief. Oh. Alright, well, let's replace this guy. And then, because it has to die, get rid of that. And then we will walk him forward. Walk him forward. Drop him. Just because he can take a few hits, he'll probably still go down. And I should have run him forward and traded. Maximize my turn. That was a misplay. I could have saved 3 health. I feel like that was a waste of the card. He could have had the same result. I guess he would have killed off more minions and he wouldn't have been able to take down the Metallurgist, but... maybe he's just upset I killed his Furiosa. Oh, you bastard, you brought out another one! Rabble, 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 rabble. Can't get to it. There's no way up there. But what I can do... now I can kill it afterwards. So he's gonna get some value out of it. By some, I mean he's gonna get quite a bit of value out of it. Now's when I'm like, oh, why can't I just play that one card? Just make sure it doesn't cause any more problems for us than it has to. So he's got a good chunk of damage on the board. But our continued ability to make sure that we remove Furiosa. That's a good combo as well. Especially if he'd had Furiosa still on the board. But this is going to be really nice for us. Ah, we've mucked that up. Damn it. Ugh, we messed that up so bad. Yeah, I mean, that's like really crummy. Fuck. God. Oh, it does nothing. That is awful. That damn death. Like, why? Why would it not spawn in one of those 2 spots? Oh, piss off. Oh, that is the worst. You can just bite me. That is awful. Why? It had literally a 33% chance to spawn in the worst possible spot. And it just had to. It had to spawn in that spot. Like, oh, it's the Ice Drake all over again. Oh. Alright. I know I said that was the last one, but I can't go out on such a obnoxious loss. Come on, where are the Sun Steels? I held on to those for the Sun Steels. It's a cool background. You don't see a lot of different backgrounds, or at least I never noticed a lot of different backgrounds. Damn it. He got it. All right. Well, let's replace this. Aha! All right. Very similar starting turns. Both playing the same general. We could both very well be playing a very similar iteration of the deck as well. Not my egg! Oh, he's got a natural selection. He was totally going to put it on that, and then he realized he didn't have to. Here comes the natural selection. So yeah, we're definitely playing what I would again guess is the same deck. With probably a very limited variety of difference. Let's replace this. Shocker. We're at a 3 health lower point. We do have another natural selection in hand to remove any threat that he might have. But he's getting close. He's getting to a point where we need to start being worried about lethal. Magmar is able to pump out a lot of very powerful hits very quickly. And he's obviously not concerned. That's probably why. We won't see the health out of the card, and I'm not going to hit him. So it's going to leave him with 2 mana. He'll probably power up. No. What do we have? Golem? Huh. Crap. Oh, if he has War Beast, we're done. If he doesn't have War Beast, we have a chance. It's really going to come down to, does he have War Beast currently in his hand? Which he doesn't, because he would have already won. So we're expecting a draw. Does there replace? Did he top deck what he needed? That's the question. He'll most likely run away if he does not have what he needs. He'll run away and block. If he stays, he loses. All right. So that's what we needed. He's got something. All right. GG. So we kill that. We play this. And we win. Whew, that was a tense game. That was a lot of fun. I need to stop giving my gold away because I have a draft series now, and I need to make sure I can do that. Oh, well. That's where we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Duelyst, the 2-hour special, I guess, 2-hour series, please feel free to give it a like. Yeah, thank you all very much for your continued support. Thank you once again, Reptilio, for the 2 decks that I continue to play. They are spectacular. If anybody has any fun deck combinations, feel free to drop them down below. I need a fun song. Hi, deck. Wink. Awesome. Thank you very much all once again for your continued support. And as always, till the next video.